How to survive a boring party. Getting stuck at a boring party can be a tough social situation to be in. You'll be required to stick around for a while and you will need to fill the time with something. Thankfully, there are a few simple things you can do to make the party more enjoyable and help pass the time. Knowing how to hold a good conversation, adopting the right attitude and making an appropriate exit can all help you survive a boring party. Method 1: Adopting an upbeat attitude. 1. Keep an open mind. Although you may be feeling bored, keeping an open mind and attitude can be helpful. Being open to conversation and other party guests will help you stay engaged and make the party seem a lot more bearable. Always try to stay open to new conversations and the possibility that the party isn't as boring as you first thought. Even if you aren't immediately interested in a conversation, try to give it a chance and see where it goes. Shutting down and deciding the party is dull will only make your time at the party even more boring. 2. Stay positive. Although you may not be having fun at the party, it's important that you stay positive. Focusing on the negative aspects of the party will only make it seem worse than it is. Staying positive will allow you to have as much fun as possible and make the most out of the party. Focus on the things you are enjoying about the party. Keeping a positive attitude can help make the party more fun for everyone. Being negative will only bring the party down even further. 3. Take responsibility for your attitude. Even though you may not feel that the party is exciting, you are still responsible for your own feelings of boredom. If there isn't anything fun at the party, you might have to make your own fun or change your attitude. Always keep in mind that it's ultimately up to you to make the most out of a boring party. Ask the host if there is anything you can help with. Try starting up a game of cards or other table game with your friends. Introduce people you know to help start conversations. Method 2: Keeping yourself occupied. 1. Try making fun dishes out of the appetizers. If the party seems to have died down, you can keep yourself busy by playing chef. Head over to the appetizer table, grab a plate and get creative. Have fun trying to mix and match the appetizers to make new dishes. You might even try sharing some of your best creations with other partygoers. 2. Take on a new role. If you're bored at a party, it might be time to get to work. Keeping yourself busy by playing a new role at the party can help you stay engaged and pass the time. Helping out with the party might also bring some life back into it and make things fun for everyone. You could try playing bartender and serving people drinks. You might offer to be the party photographer and take pictures for everyone. Try being the party's waiter and deliver snacks to the guests. Ask to help the host out with whatever she might need. 3. Hang out with pets. If you're at a dull party and the host has a pet, try playing with it to help pass the time. Throwing a ball for a dog or using a laser pointer with a cat can be fun ways for both you and the pet to get through the party. Remember to ask your host if it's okay to play with his pet before doing so. 4. Try making up stories about the other guests. If you see two guests chatting, try to imagine what they might be saying to each other. Insert funny dialogue into their mouths, either mentally or very, very quietly to yourself, as their lips move. Or choose someone you don't know and try to make a creative backstory for him. You could also watch everyone's body language and try to guess their relationships to each other from these cues. Maybe you'll pick up that the girl at the snack table has a crush on the guy who is playing with the dog because she can't stop glancing over at him. Method 3: Adding some life to the party. 1. Change up the music. If your host isn't playing any music during the party or the guests don't seem to like what's on, ask the host if you can change things up. Try to put something on that's a good fit for the type of party you're attending to help get things going again. Keep some of these tips in mind if you find yourself playing DJ at a boring party. If the party is a dinner party, you'll want to pick softer music with slower rhythms. If it's time to dance, pick some tunes that have a great beat and turn up the volume a bit. If the party is mostly drinks and conversation, try picking some smooth music styles like blues or light jazz. 2. Start playing games. If the party you're at has gotten a bit slow, you can add some excitement by playing a few simple party games. These games will get everyone moving and talking, adding some much-needed life to the party. Try looking over some of these examples to get an idea of which games you might want to play. You can try whispering a word to someone next to you and asking them to whisper a word they associate with it to the next person. It's a lot of fun to see what the original word ends up being. Try asking everyone to say a certain word without showing their teeth. You can play in teams and eliminate players who show their teeth when talking. You can always try playing the classic game of charades if things get dull. One person will try to act out a word while the other players try to guess that word. 3. Meet new people. If the party is dying and no one is talking, it might be a good time to start up a few conversations. Forcing yourself to meet new people and get them talking can be a great way to bring some life back to a party. You can also try to introduce people to one another and get them going on their own conversations. Method 4. Making good conversation. 1. Try to keep conversations open-ended. Although it may not always be easy, trying to keep a conversation going is a great way to pass the time and enjoy the party. You'll want to avoid topics that are considered dead ends, opting for subjects that can easily flow into another area. By discussing topics that are open-ended, you'll be able to keep a conversation going and help make the party a bit more interesting. Try to avoid topics like the weather, money, or traffic. Instead, ask people about their hobbies and interests, what music they like, if they've seen any good movies, and so on. Keep topics broad at first and then narrow the subject down if the other person is interested. Asking questions is a great way to keep a conversation open and flowing. Pay attention to what the other person is saying. You'll likely find they have mentioned a few things that would be a good topic to focus on. 2. Find someone you can connect with. Even if you think the party isn't as fun as it could be, you'll likely find someone that you can connect and chat with. Try talking to a few different people or approaching someone you think you'd enjoy a conversation with. Once you find someone you can easily talk with, the party should be a lot more fun for both of you. If you've already got a friend at the party, try sticking by her. Finding someone to talk with at a dull party can help make it much more enjoyable. 3. Learn how to shift topics. Inevitably, there will come a time when a certain topic or conversational thread will start to come to an end. Knowing how to jump from one topic to another can help keep a conversation going strong. Keep some of these tips in mind whenever you need to change topics during a conversation. Generally, you'll want the new topic to be somewhat related to the last one. For example, a discussion about libraries could easily transition into a talk about e-readers and then on to new technology. Don't be afraid to abruptly change a topic if the old one should fizzle out. Feel free to explore topics that go beyond the usual small talk. For example, you might ask someone what he would do if he were trapped on a desert island. 4. Avoid bad conversational habits. There are some conversational habits that can make a person lose interest in whatever it is you are saying. If a person gets bored or feels like she can't contribute to the conversation, she will likely look for something else to do at the party. Keep some of these tips in mind to keep a conversation going and avoid boredom at a lackluster party. Try not to drone on or speak in a monotone voice. Allow your personality to shine through in your conversation and express yourself. Avoid ranting or dominating the conversation. Always let the other person have a turn to speak. Don't interrupt. Talking too abstractly or too generally can cause people to tune out. Don't talk exclusively about yourself. Method 5. Leaving the party. 1. Wait until it is polite to leave. Although you may want to leave as soon as you arrive, leaving too soon can hurt your host's feelings. To avoid appearing rude or causing trouble with your host, always try to stay for an appropriate length of time. Exactly how long you stay will vary depending on the host and the type of party. However, you can keep some of these basic tips in mind when considering when it might be appropriate to leave a boring party. If you are attending a dinner party, you should stay until dessert has been served. Ideally, you should stay for at least an hour after dessert. Other parties may require you to stay for a few hours before leaving. 2. Start cleaning up. If the party is coming to a close or people seem ready to leave, you can start by cleaning up your tableware or other garbage you notice laying around. Rising from the table or starting to clean up can be a clear signal that you and the other guests are ready to leave. Cleaning up is a polite way to help the host and to excuse yourself or others from the party. Start by cleaning up your own area or tableware. If you notice loose cups, bottles, or other party implements, try tidying them up. 3. Don't be nervous about leaving. Leaving a party because you were bored can make you feel somewhat guilty. However, offering apologies to your hosts can make the situation worse than it has to be. Whenever you are ready to leave, do so confidently, thanking the host for the party and withholding any apologies or excuses.